What's up, YouTube? It's Event Rentals with Aaron here, and in today's video, we will be talking about contracts. I know, it is not the most glamorous subject. However, I believe it is one of the most important topics because a good contract will protect you and your photo booth business, as well as make sure that there is absolutely no miscommunication between you and the clients. Because in my short time in this business and in this industry, I have learned there is a lot of opportunity for miscommunication. So you want to make sure that you squash that from the very beginning. But before we get into it, I'm Event Rentals with Aaron, and I'll be posting regularly about the journey of building my photo booth and event rental business, how-to tutorials, and everything in between. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and make sure you stick around to the very end because I have an announcement of something that I'll be posting on my Patreon later. Now, let's actually get into the video. So as I mentioned in the intro, a good contract is so important for your business. So I'll actually be covering things that I believe that you should be adding into your contract that I currently use in mine, and these are non-negotiables. So the first thing you want to make sure you include are the exact details of the event and the exact details of what they booked. I know this seems extremely straightforward, but believe it or not, people forget what they actually booked. There was one time I actually showed up to an event with a pink flower wall that they booked, and they asked me, wait, where's the white one? And luckily, I had a contract with all the details that I was able to refer back on that they signed off on. So they were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now, when I say exact details, I mean everything. Exact date, the exact address with the postal code, the start time of the booth, the end time of the booth, the size of the prints they're getting, what kind of backdrop they're getting. Like literally everything. You want to make sure you have it in your contract crystal clear because you want to make sure that they sign off on it and there's no miscommunication there. Number two, you want to outline your payment requirements very clearly. Things like dates, how to pay you, how not to pay you. I'll give you an example. Now, I personally require a 50% non-refundable deposit when you book a date with me. I make it very clear. It is a 50% non-refundable deposit. It is mentioned several times in my contract that they sign off on, just to make sure that there is no miscommunication. And then I also require the remaining balance 2 weeks before the event. And again, I make sure I put the date in there so they know the date that they need to pay me by. Because the last thing you want is for someone to say, oh, I thought I could give you a check day of the event. And it's like, we never agreed on that. These are my payment methods. These are the payment methods I don't accept. So, you know what I mean? Just make it very clear and outline it for your clients. It just makes things so much easier. Number three, you need to have every single important date for your business in the contract. Now, what I mean by that is if you have a process and a way you do things where you require this by this date, you require them to do this for you by this date, or send this to you by that date, you want to make sure you have those dates in your contract. Because at the end of the day, clients do not know and they don't realize that if they don't follow those dates, it messes up your whole flow and it has you scrambling last minute to do things. Because when I first started off in this business, this would happen to me. I make custom templates for people with my photo booths. So now I put it in the contract. You're allowed 3 revisions and you need to make sure that you get everything into me because I am not doing any revisions within a week of the event date. Now, the reason why I put this in is because I had a few experiences where I would just be going back and forth with people, making such small changes, and it just took way too much time. Or some people would be asking me the day before the event, oh, can you actually change this? And I just had to do it because I want to make sure that I show up for them. And I didn't specify that this isn't something they're able to do. So make sure you include any important day that you have for your process and for your business. And lastly, I'll recommend you including in your contract how much time you need to actually set up for the event, as well as any additional costs for going over the booked time. These are the most important things that I recommend you add into your contract. And with that being said, I've actually received a lot of private messages about the contract that I currently use. Can I have it? Can I see it? And the answer is yes, you can. I will be posting the contract that I currently use on my Patreon. Okay. So if you want to subscribe to the Patreon and have access to that contract, it will be in the description of this video, the link to my Patreon. And this Patreon, I'm trying to build the most helpful community for photo booth and event rental entrepreneurs. Whether you are a beginner or you are a vet, we are all helping each other out to elevate our businesses and take each other to the next level, whatever level that is in your journey of growing this business. So make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. I would really appreciate it. And thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. With that being said, I'm Event Rentals with Aaron, and I will be posting regularly about the journey of building my photo booth and event rental business, how-to tutorials, and everything in between. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.